Good to see the whole family here. Make sure I get everybody. Revolutionary greetings. Hotep. Lafia. Abaragani. Blessed love. Thank you, Mom, for allowing me to come through you, for being such a beautiful, loving spirit. Thank you for being such a wonderful guide on how to live a joyous life. Every morning when you asked her how she was doing, she would say, "I'm alive, I'm alert, and I'm enthusiastic about the day." When you left the house, she would say, "Later will be greater, see?" I remember her always giving jokes. Our home was filled with love and laughter. And as my mom, she had to protect me sometimes. You know, my mother and father, they were great, but you know, you had to balance that out sometimes. My dad likes to save $1. I remember he got the bright idea that he didn't need to send me to the barber. He would just cut my hair himself. What a Rasta man know about cutting hair? So my mom, she would make sure and give me money before he came home so I could run to the barber shop. Thanks, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for my confidence. Amen. Mom would affirm us every morning before we went to school. She would tell us we were intelligent, we were handsome, that we could do anything we set our minds to. Some people wait for somebody else to do something before they believe they can do it. But I always had the mindset I could do whatever I set my mind to. That the numbers didn't apply to me. If he told me 99% had fails, I was sure I'd be that 1% that succeeded. If nobody else had did it before, then that just meant I could be the first one. Thank you, Mom, for expecting nothing but greatness. When I got 99 on a test, she would always ask, "Where's the other point?" My dad would tell me I did good, but the seed had already been planted that I could do better. Thank you, Mom, for being my first teacher and all the wisdom you gave us. She was very much into our education. She related to that woman who got arrested for falsifying her address so she could get her kids in her better school. That was just standard procedure for us. I remember her sitting us down one day when I was maybe 10 or 11 years old and telling us we weren't rich, not to expect any inheritance. Man, that was a disappointing day. I remember her telling us we had to be twice as good as white people. She told us anything could be taken away from us, but if we got an education, no one could ever take what was in our minds. So from a very young age, she instilled in us the idea that not to expect nothing from them. We had to do for ourselves. Of being exceptional and how important education was. All these lessons led to me eventually getting a full scholarship to go to Morehouse College. Thank you, Mom, for always being my biggest supporter in everything I did. When I wanted to go study abroad in Ghana, but I couldn't afford the plane ticket, She got on the phone, called every friend and family member for help. If I had an event, she would be there. If I was selling something, she would promote it. When I became vegan, well, she didn't make the full transition with me, but she would constantly look up new vegan recipes for us to try. When I wanted to eat raw food only, she committed to going 2/3 raw. It's pretty good. Only one cooked meal a day. Thank you, Mom, for introducing me to a holistic lifestyle. When I told her I was working with Queen Afua, she said, "Oh, I know Queen Afua. I used to go to her when you were a baby." I remember when I found out I had kidney failure and I was in the hospital, she was the one who told me I could heal myself. And she would bring me some of her books to read, like Louise Hay's Heal Your Life. She opened me up to viewing things not just on a physical level, but on a metaphysical level. It shifted my whole consciousness. I remember her making me watch the movie The Secret and how much that resonated with all the things she had already impressed upon me about the power of the mind. I remember when someone would say, "Oh, you look like you're coming down with something," I would reject it forcefully and say, "No, I don't get sick." She would say, "Watch what you say, watch what you put out into the universe." It was only later that I learned the power of the spoken word has always been a part of our culture. I remember her inviting me to take classes at her church, the New York Center of Truth, where they teach we are not separate from God, but we are all one with the divine mind. Somebody told me they don't know where she is, but I know. She said we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So she's right here with us today. Her church also teaches that the Christ consciousness is something we can all attain. So thank you, Mom, for showing us love in so many ways. I remember waking up every Saturday morning to fresh bread. She would get up hours before the rest of us even thought about getting up. Roll the bread, knead it, whatever you gotta do. I didn't do it. So we had fresh bread every Saturday morning. We also had Sunday dinner. No matter what you did on Sunday, you had to be home for Sunday dinner. If you ate out, she would be highly offended. She loved to have us all sitting around the table eating as a family. Those were some of the best times. Anytime we were all together as a family, she was happy. So she's very happy today. She wasn't into sports, but she became a Knicks fan just so that we could all watch Knicks games together. Do you know how hard it is to be a Knicks fan? So thank you, Mom, for molding me into the man I am today. I am your reflection. I love you forever, and you will live on through me. Ashe.